If you are an IMG from a high-income country, you will ultimately be board certified in the USA or Royal College certified. If you are a candidate from a low or a middle-income country and the countries that I did not mention earlier, then this may be a very critical decision for you. Simplistically, you are better off with the Are you an international medical graduate, specialist physician, who is wanting to move to USA or Canada but worried about doing residency all over again? I will tell you the secrets about how to be successful as an IMG without repeating residency all over again. I will share my personal experience so you know the options that exist in USA and Canada. Make sure you watch till the end, as this video will help you decide which is the right choice for you. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Rajiv Iyer, an associate professor of anesthesiology at the University of Pennsylvania in the USA. Before I compare the USA and Canada, I will mention the pathways that exist so this comparison makes sense and help you make a decision. The first eligibility criteria is that your medical training must be recognized by the World Health Organization. Whether you're in the US or in Canada, this is true. You can check your medical college or school from this link that you see on the screen, and I've also left in the description below. In the USA, the Alternate Entry Path program is a 4-year program designed by the American Board of Anesthesiology for IMGs to become certified and be productive members of the USA anesthesiology system. There are 2 ways to get into the Alternate Entry Path program. Number 1 is the Clinician Educator pathway, which is meant for candidates from high-income countries. And the second option is the Research and Fellowship pathway, meant for anyone, meaning you could be certified from any country. I won't get into all the specificities of these pathways in this video. I have other videos that I have left in the description below. Do check them out once you're done watching this video. Let's look at the options in Canada now. I sometimes feel like Canada is a confused child of the USA, and the options in Canada are a lot more complicated and confusing, so pay attention to this. There are 2 major ways IMGs can be specialist doctors in Canada without residency. One is province-based specialist with a hospital-specific license. This is through the postgraduate education certificate. This is an option for IMGs from low to middle income countries like Brazil, China, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and many others. The second option is the Royal College Certified Specialist offered by the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons. The Royal College in Canada offers 3 options for IMGs. Number 1 is the Approved Jurisdiction pathway. Number 2 is what they call as a Practice Eligibility route. And number 3 is the Subspecialty Examination Affiliate program. I am not going to in-depth analysis of these different pathways. I've explained this in detail in a different video that I have left in the description below. I recommend you do check them out so you understand all the concepts that happen in Canada for you as an IMG. Now, after knowing all the pathways of the USA and Canada, the critical question is, which one should you be choosing if you had the option of both? I have the personal experience of seeing IMGs in both USA and Canada, where I have lived and worked, and I have seen people been through all the above pathways. Now, here is what I think from my personal experience. If you are an IMG from a high-income country like Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Singapore, South Africa, UK, Ireland, Europe, the decision basically comes to where you would like to live. Whether you choose USA or Canada, you will ultimately be board certified in the USA or Royal College certified. So the eventual outcome may not make a huge difference. However, USA is much more desirable than Canada for the reasons I'm going to mention. If you are a candidate from a low or a middle income country and the countries that I did not mention earlier, then this may be a very critical decision for you. Simplistically, you're better off with the alternate pathway in the USA. This is based on my personal experience and many IMGs I have personally known in Canada and the USA. The opportunities to grow and the support structure in the USA is far larger than in Canada. Now, if you're further interested why I say this, here are some really specific things that are different from USA and Canada. The guidelines for the alternate entry path program in the USA is uniform across the USA, while in Canada, it's based on province. Can be a little confusing, but not very difficult to understand once you watch my video and similar videos like this. Now, USA has only 2 pathways for getting into this, whereas Canada has 4 different pathways. One is through province and 3 through the Royal College pathway. The process of getting into the alternate pathway in the USA depends on where you're trained from. There are candidates from specific countries who are eligible for the clinician educator pathway. The process is similar in Canada as well. In the USA, everyone, irrespective of how they enter the pathway, are eligible for board certification. This is a huge win. In Canada, this is largely biased towards only specific countries. So if you're from India, China, other South Asian countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, the chances of you being Royal College certified is almost none. Both countries, both USA and Canada, require a visa. The work visa in both these countries are supported by the hospital. One benefit in Canada is getting a visa is much easier, whereas in USA it can be a little difficult. Getting a permanent residency in Canada is also a lot simpler. As a professional living in Canada, you just have to apply to get it. In USA, it's a long, painful process. Both USA and Canada require you to pass an exam to be eligible for these pathways. In USA, this will be USMLE. In Canada, this is the Medical Council of Canada examination. The cost of living in the USA largely depends on the city, so in Canada. In general, Canada tends to be more expensive than the USA. When you start working, the support staff and the support structure is much more available in the USA, but lot less in Canada. I've also heard some painful experiences from IMGs from Canada who have been promised entry into the alternate pathway, but they have not been successful in getting into the program. Here is the bottom line. If you're trained from the following high-income countries like Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Singapore, South Africa, Switzerland, Europe, UK, Ireland, then whether you choose USA or Canada is a personal choice, although USA scores much higher than Canada. This is irrespective of where your country of birth and medical training is from. For example, if you're from India and did your medical training in India but anesthesiology in Singapore, then you are eligible for Royal College certification through one of these 3 methods mentioned above. On the other hand, if you're trained from a low middle income country, then USA is clearly the winner. After you finish your alternate entry path program in the USA, you will be eligible for board certification, while this option may not exist in Canada. I recommend you check the specific pathways in Canada and USA so you can completely understand how to be successful with these. I have left them in this link above and also in the description below. Let me know in the comments below, what is your preference, USA or Canada? If you found any value with this video, make sure to hit that like button. Check out the full video on my YouTube channel, anesthesiaguru.com, and also follow me on Instagram. Take care, stay safe, I'll talk to you soon.